Greetings, loyal minions, beautiful humans. Welcome to the Sci Show. We have one for the ladies. Woo Song. As always, let's check out the summoning odds. Now, keep in mind, I will do a quick review of the guaranteed 5-star with the options available. With the Three Kingdoms, we have a 1.5% chance of a non-featured Three Kingdoms hero, 1% chance of a featured, and yeah, there's a few good ones in there. Song Jiang, Li Q, and Wu Song is the new guy. I do like Lu Shen as well. These outlaw family heroes have been quite good, so hopefully we'll get another great one here with Wu Song. He's a monk, which gives the withstand, so chance of resisting the status ailment, and also cleanses a newest ailment if it was resisted. Fiend resist, so that's an interesting one given the vegetable harvest heroes are throwing out all those fiends, so straight up Wu Song becomes a little more valuable. That fiend resist used to be kind of almost useless, but now it gives you 6 turns to resist those fiends, so that's really, really handy. That was strange. We'll flick that off. The Outlaw family gets a bonus for 1, 2, 3 heroes of 50, 60, 70% critical chance. Now, that critical chance is generally extremely important because they do have a chance to do critical damage on the special. Passive skill, health boost on critical special, so they actually have really, really good passives. So when the character scores a critical hit with their special skill, they boost the health of all their allies by 10%. Only once per turn. But if you have 2 or 3 of these heroes in your team, they're generally guaranteed to get... Excuse me, trying to get comfortable. They generally have... you're almost guaranteed to get at least 1 critical. So if you can fire them, one after the other in different turns, then you're just refreshing that health over and over again. So that's really good. Righteous Rebellion. When the character's special skill hits a character that had higher current HP, you gain 20% boosted health. When the character is hit by the special skill of a character that had a higher HP, gain 20% mana. So they're both really useful. As I don't think you notice them all that much happening because, you're generally not looking at everyone's HP when you hit their special skill or when they're hitting you. But yeah, you just get a nice little mana boost and health boost here and there. Resist Bleed, which is quite good against all of the barbarians that do the bleed. That's not a big bleed, but yeah, anything that is giving bleed just gives you a bit of resistance, so that's handy. Pretty good stats overall, obviously being brand new, a little higher on the attack. Special skill called Subduing Strike. Runs at fast speed, dispels buffs from all enemies. Wow, so straight up at fast speed, you're getting a priority dispel from all. That basically makes him awesome without even doing anything. Special skill has a chance to deal critical hits, deals 600% damage to the target. If the target is of fire element, deals 500% damage to nearby enemies. Wow. That makes him super impressive against Bartholomew especially, because you're dispelling the reflect if Bartholomew's already got reflect up. Doing 600% also makes him quite good against Li Q, his own team member who has the taunt. So you're going to dispel the taunt, then hit. You won't, in this case, you'd only hit 1, I imagine, if you've dispelled that. Actually, no. You would hit 2, because, yeah, no, you should hit the nearby as well if you're aiming for Li Q. Keep in mind, though, if there's no fire heroes, you are only hitting 1. And because you're only hitting 1, there's a lot lower chance to get that critical hit. But there's generally going to be a fire hero around. Means on defense, I don't think he's going to be overly great. The Dispel buff is great on defense, but the fact you're on defense, you're generally just going to do a 600% snipe to 1 target, which, when you can't control, just isn't really that useful. So I don't think he's going to be a big defensive hero. But taking him on offense, you can pick those, especially targets that have more than 1 fire hero, Because once you kill that fire hero, then you're only getting one hit. So, yeah, the dispel is fantastic. It's not a safe dispel, so keep that in mind. With some of those, especially the wilderness or fawn heroes that have the mana boost when things get dispelled. Yeah. No, very, very solid. I wouldn't, there's nothing worth chasing. He's not game changing, but definitely going to be an extremely useful hero, especially with the dispelling buffs. Pair him up with any of the other people from his family is the best ones with the critical hit. Anyone else, it's adding critical as well. But with this guy, the critical is probably not going to be that important because you're going to hit 3 the first time. You might get 1 critical out of that. Yeah. It's interesting because it's also like if there's a fire target, especially with like a Lee Q. Ceres is big at the moment though, so there's generally a red target somewhere not on the wing, but if they are on the wing, just keep in mind you're only going to be hitting 2 as well, not 3. So, yeah, pretty solid. But nothing super special. Onto the guaranteed hero. Who do we have in this batch? It's not looking great at first glance. So, I would suggest, out of these heroes, and again, it always depends on your roster level, the Bew is quite good, UB, but also a little bit outdated now with the meta. The minions just don't really do enough. Yeah, the reflect just isn't quite big enough, the counter attack. It's at 55%, so it's easy enough to smack through those minions. Jing was fantastic with that poison, which can't be cleansed, but again, no costume there. So generally the ones that are going to be really worth getting are the ones with the costume, but in this case, there's not really the best heroes in that are available from the 3 kingdoms. So this one's just a bit of a sniper or semi-sniper really at 520%. All of those reflect status ailments that affect defense, so it's pretty limited there. Lu Bu's an interesting one. There was quite a bit of discussion about Lu Bu just in the last few days because he is a really good counter to Goric, but it's very, very tricky. So his Fiend means that the enemy can't cast buffs. So if you pair him up with someone else who's getting Fiends out there to sort of make sure they can't be healed away too quickly, those Fiends will stop Goric adding his Slime Revive. He is slow, but what it means is even if Goric's gone off once, you can then pop him out, and the second time Goric goes off, you won't be able to do it. It'll be a little bit tricky because his hit, especially if you've got the costume, could possibly then cause Goric to summon the Mega Minion if you hit him too hard. So it could be a matter of getting this guy, but going mostly defense, so you then don't end up hitting Goric and giving the slime. So it's a little bit tricky, but definitely a counter there. So apart from that, Cow's decent, but again, slow. So look, I personally don't think these heroes are the best ones out of the bunch. You do only get 1 out of the 10. You can't pick which one it is. 9-headed beast, definitely getting old. No costume there. Erlang Sheng, still just usable in, again, depending on your level that you're playing, just usable in, sorry, I'm moving around a lot because my back is extremely painful at the moment. Useful in that Equalizer war, but yeah, again, just getting outdated. So even in Equalizer, it doesn't do a heap of damage. So I personally would suggest missing this one. As always, it depends on your roster. If there's someone there you think is going to really, really help you, or if you just want to burn those tokens to get it. But I personally would be advising to wait for the next one, just to try and increase your chances of getting a hero that will really, really improve your roster. I do have another video coming out soon. It was scheduled to come out. I didn't realize there was going to be a hero to review, so I do apologize for two videos pretty close to each other, but make sure you check the other one out. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, remember to gently press the subscribe button, give your kitty a scritch for me, and have a bloody good one.